Welcome to another episode of Talking Nerdy in the Bedroom with
Corey,
KJ,
and Mike.
Today we have a special episode. We're going to do our version of Riff Tracks, where we're going to talk about three, probably what I'd describe as terrible horror movies.
They're great.
They're great and they're awful at the same time.
They're so awful, they're good.
You could say that maybe about one, maybe about two of them, but definitely not all three.
All three.
So we're
In
going to...
fact, they're all so bad, I don't know which one you're talking about.
see, I think they were so good they were bad.
No.
Other way around. You gotta be the other way around.
So we're going to be talking about Feast, we're going to be talking about Rubber, and we're going to be talking about Teeth, which were...
All three things to keep out of the bedroom.
Yeah, I know.
So I picked Feast because it was one of the movies that I had seen at this point. Like, it came out 17 years ago, so I probably saw it 16 years ago. There are multiple sequels to this movie.
What?
Yes, multiple sequels to this movie. And I enjoyed the campy/funny part of this movie when I originally saw it. And then with Mike, I just recently rewatched it, and it holds up a little compared to what I thought, but it doesn't hold up that much.
Okay.
There's still certain moments that I loved in it, like the killing of the main hero, and then the killing of the main hero again.
So you're talking about literally the first 15 minutes of the movie.
I think it's less than that,
Yeah.
actually. And then the killing of the second hero, which happens about like the 70% through the movie.
I will say the first hero death was great just because he's like, I'm the guy who's going to save your ass.
Yeah, dead.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good moment to me that made me go, okay, let's give this movie a shot.
Introduce everyone. Kill 70% of them.
They did kill a
Well,
lot of
more
people
than
right in
that.
the early... Well, in the early going.
oh, in the early going.
In the early going, they-
You know, that's about...
within
that's a good
within
percentage.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
I
So
love
the-
Jason Mewes, though, being in it. And then Jason Mewes as Jason Mewes.
Yeah.
And then he dies. You know who that is, right?
Jay
No.
from Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Who even says, like, Jason Mewes, struggling actor.
Struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then they murdered everybody to the point where even I think you and Chelsea both commented, like, how are they killing everybody? How are we only like 10 minutes through this movie right now? Don't we have like another hour plus to go?
See, my thought was like they were gonna kill everyone like right off the bat, and then like the next half of the movie was just
Was
gonna
the
be
actual
like
movie?
no, like something like weird, like Rubber kind of did.
Yeah, but Rubber was bad. We'll get to Rubber in a second. So let's hear when did you see the movie, Corey? Because you said you've seen it before. You just rewatched
I couldn't tell you. You're talking about Feast. I think probably within like a year or two when it came out, but
Okay.
it was just so long ago. I probably Netflixed it and had it come to my house in the mail to give you a rough timeline. But
On VHS.
yeah, it was probably on VHS.
Look at the quality.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Gotta rewind that scene.
I mean, when did it come out?
2005.
So I would have been
Netflix would have been getting
junior.
DVDs. You'd have still been in high school.
Yeah, I probably watched it my freshman year of college because my roommate had Netflix and what was it called, GameFly,
Yep, Gamefly.
and he just constantly had stuff
new
like
stuff
he had
coming.
4 games coming in and out all the time. He played every game in existence, and I think he watched every movie that Netflix had, and that was on the list. So
Man, they really saved themselves some shipping costs with
Oh, yeah.
streaming services.
it's crazy. I literally was just talking to somebody about the amount that it costs them to have a movie on per user that views it versus how much it cost them when they were sending discs, and it's like a 98% margin
Now,
increase.
what I'll
to be
say,
digital.
though, is they were still making money. Just
Oh, yeah,
shipping it
yeah,
through
yeah.
the mail, they were making money hand over fist, which is why they were able to go to the streaming, which
Yeah.
then made them, as you said, like 98 times more at a minimum than shipping it. So
Well, also,
there
if
was
they-
still a business model for that.
If
But
they
I-
didn't get the disc back, they charge them $25. Like, how many times do you think they did
late
that?
fees too. Yeah.
There
Yeah.
was never late fees with
Oh yeah,
Netflix.
yeah. It wasn't late fees.
You
but
just got your monthly charge every time.
Yeah, that's true,
If you
but-
didn't return a
right.
disc, they just kept charging and you weren't allowed another one.
That's right.
But
Yeah,
you
yeah.
until
could
you
report
paid
it.
until you paid $25 to
Yeah,
own
you could
the disc.
report. You are allowed to report that you did ship it back, and they kind of give you one freebie, going, the post office probably lost it.
Yeah,
But as soon as you do that more than once, yeah, you're paying the charge for it.
yeah.
It always boggled my mind how they shipped those discs. because they were basically in a
paper
paper sleeve.
Yeah.
And they would get scratched to hell.
The cardboard sleeve covered the paper sleeve.
But that's not what I mean. I'm just saying the paper sleeve. It's not like they were putting it in a cloth sleeve that's good for the back surface of a disc. They were putting it in a freaking piece of paper.
And the mailman is like feeding it into your
and it's spinning as
too.
it moves around. Like, oh.
I'm surprised they didn't put something plastic over it, then put it in his
That's
sleeve.
what I mean. Like, it should have been in a little plastic case or something.
Yeah, Feast. Let's go back to Feast. So, Mike, have you ever heard of this movie before I recommended it for this segment of the show?
Not Feast.
Never heard of Feast?
No.
Okay. So, now, as we continue talking about Feast, what did you think?
It was the best of the three.
You think it was the best of the three? Do you think
it was the most horror movie in the horror movie genre of all three movies, hands down?
I will agree with that, except that Teeth has a few horror moments, we'll call it.
It's more like shock value. It's not horror.
It's disturbing.
I felt horrified.
Teeth is disturbing. Feast is horror. And Rubber is, I don't know what the fuck Rubber is. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Well, we know you don't know what Rubber is. How many kids you got now? We got 3 in you right now? We got 3
in you?
I mean...
What am I do? I thought I just ate a lot today. Oh, crap.
I'm glad you went that way with it, because there could have been a whole other joke.
Thanks.
Well, not all of us are pedophiles, kid. You see, that's not the first thing that pops in our minds. How close do you live to the school?
Which school?
Are you in walking distance?
Yeah. So, Mike, you thought this was the best movie overall, but for what we were going for, did you think this was the best movie? Because we were trying to find the worst. So, for anything, this lost.
It's the best movie, right? So it takes third place in the best worst movie.
Okay.
Because it was the one that, like, I could actually follow. Like, it was bad, don't get me wrong. Like, a good maybe B rated. It might even been upgraded to B rated.
B is high.
C rated.
Yeah, probably. It's
but
a
it was
C-rated movie.
Probably the closest to horror out of all of our quote unquote horror movies.
I'd say Teeth was probably like a D minus, right? Rated minus the D.
Gotcha.
Awful.
Mike got it right away.
D minus.
AJ got it. Took a second. Teeth was. I mean, not Teeth. Feast was probably the best of the three.
Which means it's last place.
Yeah. If we're looking for awfulness as a measurement, then yes.
That's what we're looking for. That's the whole point of this.
I thought it was more like we want a horror movie that is so bad it's good, not just which one is the absolute shittiest.
Well, according to Mike, that's what these are. These are so bad they're good.
Yeah, but like Rubber was just bad.
To him, that's so bad it's good.
It was so bad it was good.
It was
you
so
gotta admit,
bad.
like, now you've seen it, and now you can tell people that you've seen it.
It did not live up to what I was hoping for.
We're going to come back to Rubber in a second.
Are we?
Let's move on to Teeth, which was Corey's pick.
No, Rubber was my pick.
No, Teeth was your pick, because once you mentioned Rubber, Mike's like, oh yeah, Rubber.
Oh, okay, sorry, Mike stole my pick, so yes. I landed with Teeth. Oh, okay.
Literally, there's a text message of you going, fine, then my pick is Teeth.
Yeah, all right, fine.
So, your pick of Teeth, when did you see that movie?
I never choose Teeth. When did I see it?
When did you see it?
What year did it come out?
2007.
Okay, probably...
Vagina Dentata!
Vagina Dentata! It does exist. So I saw it before I left. So it was probably like 2008, 2009, like a little after it came out. I just know that because Aki and I both saw it around the same time in college, and now once a year, one of us will text the other one, Vagina Dentata, it does exist. And it's just like a random thing we do.
Yikes.
Yeah.
And what about you, Mike? Had you heard of this movie before?
I've definitely heard of it, and I had no interest in watching it, and now that I've watched it, I have no interest in watching it.
That sounds about right.
That sounds bad.
About right. I've seen it twice. I saw it shortly after it came out on DVD with a bunch of friends at my house because we all thought the premise was hilarious. And then I've watched it probably within the last couple of years.
And now you know what a vagina looks like.
I do. I appreciated that. I mean, I feel like porn helped too, but, either or.
Not all porn has pearly whites down there, though.
I mean...
Just some.
Were those pearly whites?
Oh, they were white. When he pulls it out of the dick... It's like a saw blade.
Oh, God, I didn't rewatch that one because I remembered
Oh.
enough of it, and now I'm really fucking happy.
I don't know if this is the only question I have, but like, the guy gets his dick cut off, then the dog eats it,
Yep.
and then spits out just the ring.
Yeah.
Yep.
How the fuck do you have that part of your dick pierced?
I don't know.
How do you pee?
I got nothing for you.
You
All
never
right.
heard? You had never
If
heard
anybody-
of a Prince Albert?
Yeah, if anybody is listening to this and you want to put in a comment, like, does it come out like a faucet in the front and on the bottom? Like, how the fuck does that work?
Yeah, it's not the piercing like a Prince Albert normally is.
It was like through the hole in the tip and then down through the bottom.
Oh.
Like,
yeah,
it like you'd pee,
but you also
you'd
don't-
pee
I don't want to
straight.
talk about this movie.
You'd pee straight and you'd pee straight at the floor.
This is exactly how I felt when I watched the movie. I didn't
love
want to
that
talk
you're covering
about.
your crotch
Yeah,
right
man.
And it's a big ass ring. Like, how the hell do you put that anywhere? He's like trying to like. He's talking about his girlfriend about jamming in her
The
bottle.
movie was horrifying, but not a horror movie. It was disturbing, and that's all we need to talk about. Let's move on to the next
Well,
movie.
I also think this is probably one of the better stories out of all the movies. Like Rubber didn't have a story at all. Then you had
Well, that is
Feast.
the
Feast
which
has a
was just-
way better story.
It's just a murder movie inside of a bar.
Yeah,
Yeah, this movie is actually about a girl coming of age, and
it's just
This
like
movie's
evil.
just about a bunch of teeth in a vagina.
no, there's more to this movie than that.
Sure.
Evil Dead is just about a bunch of people in a cabin getting killed, and you're saying that is the best movie ever, and has literally the same like story arc of Feast.
Yeah, Feast
No.
and Evil Dead are very much in the same realm.
No,
They
I-
don't go
No.
anywhere.
Concept-wise, they very much are.
Yeah,
no.
I mean, it is.
I mean, again, no.
Okay.
It's different cinematography. It's different acting. It's different
It's a
story.
very similar campy horror that's not really horror with comedy involved. Over the top gore and blood.
Yeah, but that's what they're going for in Feats. It's not what they were going for in Evil Dead.
Sure, but it's who cares what their intention was? It's what was produced. I'm saying the two movies in
That's what
there.
it's remembered.
If
for.
you look at them side by side and watch both of them, you're like, oh, these are in the same vein.
Yeah, I can't see watching both of them, especially seeing as I've watched both of them within the last month, and going, yeah, these are in the same vein. No.
Well, I don't know why you would change how you talk either, but
I don't believe you.
I had to try to add
you have multiple
emphasis.
personalities.
Many people getting killed in a cabin by outside
KJ
force.
likes to argue so much that he
No,
argues with
one is
himself.
a supernatural presence, and one is
Supernatural beast.
I don't even
Which
know
is
if
a
it's
presence?
supernatural.
What would you normal?
I
It's
mean, it just be a
natural.
mutation in the world. That's all we are. It's all that happened to it. It's like Bigfoot on steroids.
They're banging each other.
They were, and immediately
And then
had a
I
kid.
forgot about that. Too.
And then they
immediately
bang the
did.
elk face.
They did, and he also banged that girl's mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Really quickly. And she's like,
Yeah, she got a whole mouthful.
gross. Of alien jizz.
So now it's an alien.
We don't know that it's
gotta
an
be
alien.
Well, you know, you said there's a whole franchise. They've got to tell you what they are.
I only watched the second one. I'm pretty sure there are 4 though, but it doesn't.
I feel like it's like Tremors. Like Tremors
Never
1,
explains it.
It does in Tremors like 2 and 3.
What do you
Two,
mean
it definitely
never
doesn't.
explains it?
Yeah,
What they are.
It definitely
Yeah, it
does.
does. They're a prehistoric beast that woke up because of drilling or something. They found an access to get out from wherever they
That
were
definitely
locked in.
wasn't in the second one.
I don't remember what
Was
one
it in
it's
the third
but
one where they introduced the ass blasters?
the ass blasters that
Yeah.
can fly, right?
Yeah. How did no one pick Tremors?
Well, Tremors
Well,
is
'cause-
a good movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair.
Tremors 1 is
It's-
solid.
You could have
Yeah.
picked any of the sequels. They're not good.
2 wasn't
they are.
awful.
Ugh.
Dude, I used to sit down and watch Tremors and eat hamburger rice.
Dude, the first one is amazing.
That's
And
so
I don't understand
specific.
the reference to
I ate hamburger rice all the time
That's-
too, but,
that's
just
but it
what I
wasn't
did.
part of my ritual of watching movies.
Hamburger rice and Tremors.
So would you not watch it without the hamburger rice?
Well, now that I've only watched it eating hamburger rice, I probably would have to do it.
That's great. I'm
Hamburger
just gonna-
rice and soy sauce.
Next time you
man.
come to my house, Tremors
Oh,
is
you
just,
lost me
just
on
going to be
soy
on.
sauce.
What?
Dude,
That's what makes hamburger rice.
my mom makes stuffed peppers with like hamburger rice and
Well, that's stuffed
Peppers,
peppers. It's not even in the same category.
I mean,
I'm talking about if you only have rice and hamburger.
That's what's in
soy
the pepper.
Sauce. Well, you don't put in a fucking pepper.
Sure you do.
Now it's like a gourmet, bougie-ass fucking meal.
Oh, it's Lebanese.
Your
gourmet,
mom's not
bougie-ass.
Lebanese. Thought your dad is, not your mom.
Right, but my mom learned to cook Lebanese for him. So
that's appropriation.
Yeah. She's culturally appropriating the Lebanese community of Waterville.
All right. So anyway, I still think Teeth had a better actual story going on for what they were trying to develop with it.
It had a broader story.
There was more character development in that than any of the others.
Right. She went from being a prude to being a whore.
To being in touch with her sexuality and not letting men dictate her sexuality.
The old man at the end of the movie like gave her a licky face, and she's like, you know what? Fuck it.
Again, that
she turned into a whore.
Now, she can do whatever she wants. It's her body, her choice.
The best scene, though, to me was when her stepbrother and her bang, and then she bites off his dick, gets up, takes like 3 steps,
and it falls out.
But she like like she's letting out a fart or something. It just fucking plops down.
Kegels.
Like, oh God.
Maybe she's just holding on to it.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it does seem like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's like she has.
I mean,
it,
it's got teeth. It's fair to assume that it's got like a posable mouth. You know what I mean? Like
just holding on. Oh, I'll let go now.
Yeah.
Moving on to the third movie, we're gonna talk about Rubber, which is a movie until you guys I had never heard of. I'd never heard of it. Didn't consider it. Wasn't even in my realm of things until you guys mentioned it weeks or months ago. At this point, so. Mike, when did you first hear of this movie?
My buddy Dan mentioned it. I don't know if it was last year or a year before. I usually try to find like good B-rated horror movies or horror movies that are like so bad that they're good around Halloween, because I like watching horror movies around Halloween, and he had mentioned it, and I haven't seen it yet. So then I messaged him, I was like, hey, what's that movie you told me to watch? He's like, Rubber, watch it. And I did.
And now you want to murder him?
No, it was good.
No, it wasn't, though.
It was so bad that it was good.
Yeah, I think at one point it got so bad it was good, and then it went the other way again and got back to bad.
It was so confusing. And it's so the reason I like it is it's not like any movie you've ever seen.
That's not necessarily a good thing.
It's a thing.
It is a thing. Just like
that's pretty much how I felt about the movie. Is like it was a movie.
It was, yes.
It was a non-conforming movie. It was unique.
The audience is in the movie. Like, when do you ever see that? And then they murdered the audience.
Why did they poison them, though? I didn't get that.
Again,
so they didn't have to finish the movie. They didn't have to finish making the movie.
That was part of it.
Yeah.
But then, obviously, one person remained, and it just...
I ain't eating that food.
It went off.
But then the
rails.
guy who's like, just eat something, he's trying to get him to eat something.
Then he eats something himself.
And then he eats something. And I'm like,
maybe he just forgot.
So
that he poisoned the food.
No, I think if you actually broke it down, which I'm sure somebody on YouTube or something has done, there's probably an actual explanation with the script in regards to what that's supposed to actually mean.
So I don't think so, because the whole point of the movie and all of the critical acclaim about the movie is it's a movie where they are proving the point that there's no reason for anything.
This movie didn't get critical acclaim, let's be fair.
It's getting critical acclaim right now.
It won awards at the Cannes Festival.
Yeah, Cannes?
Yeah, Cannes.
You should have got it at the Tire Festival. Because it kills the can.
It does kill a can, though. Yeah. I will give him that.
It killed it at the Cannes
I bet they
Festival.
put that in there because they were submitting it to Cannes.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, it won awards, which is nuts to me, because to me it's not a movie, but that's because it's not a movie I'm used to, I guess. But regardless, the whole point of the movie was to prove that there's no reason for anything in movies. And the only way or only reason we think there's a reason behind it is because we just accept when we see something like, oh, that makes sense because it's in a movie. So that was the whole thing, is they're trying to prove throughout the whole plot that like nothing makes sense. It's not supposed to make sense. It doesn't matter. It's mindless entertainment. Enjoy it or not. You're not going to get an explanation of why shit is the way it is.
All right, so me and KJ know this. Corey, what do you think the budget for Rubber is?
The budget for it?
Yeah.
All right.
Take a
It's
guess.
funny because I was going to get to that because I'm going to ask that about all the movies.
I'm going to go. I know that the sheriff is the person who actually made the movie.
Okay.
So without.
He
him
must
being
have taken all of the budget.
20 grand.
$800,000.
Oh, wow. Did they CGI the tire?
I don't know. I don't know what you spend the money on.
Did you stop
cast and
watching
extras.
we stopped watching at the beginning of the credits, right?
What?
The movie Rubber. Like when the credits rolled, we stopped.
Maybe.
Did you? Did you watch the credits?
Was that before or after you see all the tires going to Hollywood?
It's after. The credits are after that.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
then
think.
no, I didn't.
So apparently during the credits, the opening scene plays again with them driving through
The
The
chairs.
chairs.
the chairs, which by the way, super weird scene.
Again, no reason.
No reason. I get
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But this time it's from different angles, revealing there is no crowd. So they play it again, but there is no crowd.
Oh, I did start to see that, but I just thought it was like bloopers or something, so I turned it off.
Bloopers.
Well, it was
The
showing the
whole
scene
movie
I'd
is
already
a
seen.
blooper.
Yeah,
So,
the whole movie.
If there was a blooper, they'd add it in.
yeah.
So yeah, $800,000 is the budget for that.
I mean, I guess if they paid all, I mean, you got to pay the actors. I
Yeah, but
guess.
there weren't that many actors, and
Yeah,
how
what
much
the
money
f-
are you paying
what-
them? Even if you paid them 10 grand a piece, and there's 20 of them, it's $200,000.
But there was more than 20 of them. The whole audience had to be like maybe 20 right there.
There was 23 people
I
that are
doubt
credited.
you paid them
In the cast?
$10,000.
Yeah, 23 people that are credited.
That's surprising. Are there ones that like maybe play more than one role?
I have no idea. Just 23 that are currently credited in
Yeah,
the movie.
including police officers and stuff, though, too,
Yeah.
right?
So
Everybody, the
Maybe
entire
some of them
movie.
were extras, but they still got paid. They
They
wouldn't
probably-
be credited if they were an extra.
They probably paid the girl a lot because you see her behind.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
She's also kind of a main character. Her and the sheriff are basically, and the tire are main characters, and the old guy. I have seen the old guy in some other stuff, too.
Like, even the
Yeah.
car that she drives, they probably bought on Marketplace for like $1,500. She drives like,
Yeah, but
it's
they
probably one of their cars.
they have the whole hotel.
rented
Yeah,
$1,000.
but they had to pay. No, $1,000. That'd be like 2 rooms.
Bro,
3
that's a
rooms.
no-tell motel in the
They
middle
paid
of,
by the hour,
Yeah.
Corey.
in
Yeah.
the middle of nowhere. It's like one of those things. Is like, well, do whatever you want, just clean up after.
I mean,
you're
part
done.
of it might just be. I mean, the cameras they use nowadays are just
Yeah,
expensive.
although
so-
again, that was 10, 12 years ago now.
still, I mean,
But I think some of it was the
Yeah, nowadays you could
even
get the same video quality on like an iPhone.
the
well, those were nice chairs, and who knows how many takes.
dude,
so-
they
That's what I
weren't
said.
nice chairs. They
They are-
fell apart immediately.
They're IKEA chairs.
But no, like every time they blew up somebody's head, I guarantee you.
Oh
that
yeah,
was
that's
money.
true. Yeah.
But when you guys heard about this movie to begin with, did you know it was supposed to be a telekinetic or whatever the word is,
Psychokinetic.
psychokinetic tire?
I think in the trailer it shows him blowing up somebody's head just staring at them, but I thought there was also going to be like the tire
Running
over
people over,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
To be fair, he ran over cans and bottles.
He did.
Yeah.
And then when the bottle didn't break, he was like, "Hey,
Dude, that
hey."
first scene when he's like getting up,
it's so funny."
and it's like it seemed like he just woke up
learning
and was
to
baby
walk.
knocked
calf.
out or
Well,
something.
I thought it would look like a baby being born, like
Yeah.
a baby animal,
Like,
trying to, like a giraffe
learning
trying
to
to learn
walk.
how to
yeah,
walk.
yeah, that's true.
Yep.
It's probably more like that. But.
And then he just started crushing and murdering everything. The
Yeah.
bunny, the scorpion, everything he could get his
Bottles
hands on.
and cans,
Yeah.
anything he could get his hands on.
Just turns into a regular toddler, just destroying everything in its path.
Yeah, just went ham on everything. So, how much money do you think this movie made? Well, we go ask that question now.
How much did it make, or how much
Yeah.
did it gross?
How much box
Because I got to
office?
subtract 800,000.
No, just box office. What did it make in the
box office?
box office?
Oh, I would probably think less. I'm gonna say 30 million.
30 million.
What?
It
Yeah.
ma-
Are you high?
Well, I only said that because I feel like you're gonna be like way less or way more than you think.
Oh God, no.
Oh, okay.
Give me your
okay.
real number.
Oh, my real number would have been like 2 million.
Yeah, you're still high.
Oh, really?
680,000.
It lost money.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's too
big
bad.
time.
My question, and I brought this up when we watched the movie,
Mhm.
why would you throw away a perfectly good tire? That thing had so much tread on it.
It did have a lot of tread on. I think
Nobody throws away that kind of tire.
I think even Chelsea mentioned that too, because
Yeah.
she's like, it has more tread than my tire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her tires could easily be tossed aside. That was a good tire.
Yeah, maybe that's
a
why I was
main
so
tire.
mad.
Well, that goes to the theme of the movie, which was no reason.
That's
so.
fair. It
Yeah,
was.
just throw away a perfectly good tire for no reason.
I
Which
do
was
say,
kind
I
of funny.
think-
At the end, you see like the tractor tire like rolling down to Hollywood.
Well, you see the
tire.
trike, and then all the tires behind it.
Yeah, one of
rolling
them is
down.
like a tractor
Yeah,
tire.
Dude, I love the tire fire that they have going on.
Oh,
Yeah.
it looks like he's watching in horror.
yeah,
Yeah. What are you doing to my people?
yeah. So good.
My favorite part of that movie is still the beginning, though. It's super weird. The car driving, hitting all the chairs for no
No,
reason.
dude, I love
and
when
then him talking to the audience, not the audience, and having this big dialogue with them, and then saying no reason of why these things happen. I thought that was great.
that's the most intriguing part of the movie by far. But I love the scene where he's like Norman Batesing it, creeping on the girl in the shower from the doorway. It just made me
I know
laugh
he's
so
a
hard.
perverted
Yeah.
tire.
Yeah.
The
And then the crowd is arguing about how good her ass is.
Yeah.
Because that's what you do, I guess.
It is what we do.
Yeah.
it's kind of
Yeah.
flat.
Yeah.
There was also the moment where the sheriff's like, none of this is real. Everybody can go back to their lives.
Yeah.
And then gets told, well, one of them's still alive. And he's like, shit, never mind. Forget what I just said.
Right.
Let's keep this movie going, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. It was still not a good movie, though. It was at times very painful to watch. It had its moments of being, what the hell am I watching? Is that a good feeling? Is that a bad feeling of what the hell am I watching? Does it make me want to watch more? Does it make me want to shut it off? It's one of the reasons why Chelsea texted you. Mike and I last podcast told you got to watch it no matter what. It gets really good at the end where it doesn't, just because we didn't want you to shut it off. Because if I was watching this by myself and it wasn't for the podcast, I would have shut that movie off.
I just fast forwarded 2 parts that were boring.
Well, that's not watching the movie. You can't do that in a cinema.
That's why I didn't go to the cinema to see it.
To be fair, I don't
Apparently,
think
it would
anybody
have been
did.
hard to do anyway.
All right, so if
Well,
we
because
now...
at a certain point, too, I started to doubt the authenticity of what they had told me about this movie. Oh, you got to watch the end. And you were like, it's like...
Invincible.
It's like
Yeah.
Invincible. It gets so good at the
To
end.
be fair,
like,
there was the good
bullshit.
moment of them all rolling down at the end. That was good.
Yeah. Either way, there
And-
were parts where I was just like, I can skip through this slow rolling down the road before anything happens. He's been rolling down this road, running over a can, then a bottle. It's like,
Yeah, that first 15, 20-minute segment of that
it's
is
rough.
Yeah.
It's good.
What about
He's
Teeth?
learning.
What do you guys think the budget of Teeth was?
10 million.
I mean, how much is a
Teeth in the
silicone
vagina?
dick? Because there were a lot of them getting chopped off. So, what did you say, Mike?
10 million.
It had a couple. I didn't really have any big name actors. It just
No.
had a couple people from stuff I recognize. I will say 14 million.
You guys are both way off.
Way low?
2 million.
Oh,
2 million is the budget.
I was talking with advertising.
You guys are thinking these movies are potentially high-end movies. And no.
The high-end movies now are like 300 million.
I
Yeah, I
understand.
thought 14 million was pretty reasonable.
Yeah, that's what I
No,
thought.
the first Saw movie, budget was 1 million.
That
Really?
doesn't surprise me at all. Like,
Yeah.
they don't do anything in the
Yeah,
first
that's
Saw
fair.
movie.
That's fair. It's just
Like-
them in one room the whole
Yeah.
time, pretty much.
It doesn't
Yeah. Well,
cost
there's a few
anything
other
to do
things.
that. But like in Teeth, you have to buy the dicks, the fake blood. You have to pay the girl because you see her titties.
And
Yeah.
and that script writer, that was
Yeah, exactly.
Vagina Dentata. How did he come up with this?
Yeah. Had to make up the mythical creature.
So what do you think the movie made at the box office?
14 million. It's got to be right one at a time. 50-50 chance.
10 million.
Is that what we're going with 14 and 10?
Yeah.
2.3.
No, so
But that's
they profit.
before DVDs, so you're not factoring in DVDs.
They profited.
They did profit, yes.
Step 1, get a vagina with teeth.
I am
Step 2,
surprised by
profit.
that, though,
That's right.
because I know a lot of people who have seen this movie, but I guess it's probably because they saw it when it went to streaming, maybe.
Possibly. It was also one of those, when I first heard about this movie, there was a lot of fanfare / backlash, so it got more popular because of that.
Yeah.
There's nothing in Rubber to get like the backlash to bring it to the mainstream attention. Teeth had that, with obviously teeth being in the vagina. So I think that's one of the reasons that people were just like, well, I guess I got to go see it.
Didn't like this movie?
Are we saying what?
Are you saying that women didn't like this movie?
I'm saying
What's the
women,
backlash?
women and men both.
There's men that didn't like this?
Both.
I'm never having sex again.
I can't trust it.
This movie was a lot in the same vein as, do you ever see It Follows, I think it's called?
Yeah.
Where, like, if you have sex with the person, then this thing follows you around and it just walks, but it will kill you when it catches you. So then the only way to get rid of it is to have sex with somebody else, and it passes it on to that person.
That's like The Ring, where you have to make another copy of the video and give it to somebody else.
Right, yeah.
And that's how you survive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it
there's
was
a lot
just
of movies
similar,
like that.
like Sex is Bad was basically both of them.
See, I don't even consider Teeth wasn't about sex is bad at all.
Well, it
can't be
it's
good.
After you watch that movie as a man, your first instinct is not like...
Oh, sure. As a man, sure.
I'm freaking checking down there.
All the girls are out.
Only gums, right?
Girls are out there getting dentures.
All right, so now what about Feast? What do we think the budget of Feast was?
I don't know. Every time I've overstated it, it's probably
$3 million.
I will say Matt Damon and Ben Affleck produced.
Yes.
Not just them.
Oh God, why am I blanking on his name? Kevin Smith?
Weinstein.
I didn't see Kevin Smith on the production list, but
Weinstein.
yeah,
What?
Harvey Weinstein I saw. Yeah.
And anybody get to know the master of horror himself?
Oh, Wes Craven. Yeah,
There you
I
go.
did see that too. So with all of that factored in, I have to think it was more. But it's all in one bar. It's a bunch of people that aren't really well known. I'm going to say 4.5 million.
What was yours, Mike?
10 million.
What was your first one, Mike?
I don't remember.
It was 3 million.
3 million.
It's 3.2.
I was closer that time.
Yes.
Let's do another one.
What do you think the box office was of Feast?
See, I don't know, because I don't know if it was like a widely...
It was a wide release movie.
So then I'm going to say...
5
million. Okay.
$5.
Well, now,
It made
now I'm going to be like 5 point
It was
something,
the one
'cause
movie that you purchased.
I'm still going to go with what I was going to say, which was like 9.5.
God, you guys overshoot this shit a lot.
Well, you said this was widely dispersed.
It
so
was.
I figured even just accidentally going to the wrong movie would drive this.
$658,000.
Oh my God.
Yep.
And it cost them how much?
3.2.
$3 million? Oh, boy.
Yep.
Harvey
This is the
Weinstein.
biggest loss out of all the movies that we watched for this podcast. That one hurts.
Yeah.
That one definitely hurts.
And to think the main actress probably had to sleep with Harvey Weinstein to get the role.
Oh,
Do you know what the second
What a
movie is
bummer.
called?
What?
Sloppy Seconds.
What?
Feast Sloppy Seconds.
That's what it's actually called.
Yes.
What's the third one called?
The Happy Finish.
What's the fourth one?
There isn't there. It's just the three.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Let's spend
Yep.
the rest of this podcast coming up with fourth names.
So now my question is, even though we don't put too much stock into it, what do we think the Rotten Tomatoes is?
Oh, it got to be 100%. Well, so which one? The critics?
Well, I'm going to ask both, but where do we want? Let's start first with the newest one, which was Rubber. Rubber is the newest movie. It's 12 years old. What do we think the critic score was?
87%.
Corey?
72.
You guys are overshooting again. Corey is the closest, 68.
I mean, I was barely overshooting. That's
I
pretty
said you
accurate.
were the closest.
I know.
Yeah.
Audience score 32%.
Audience score. See, it's weird because audience score is only impacted by the audience actually going in and rating a movie. So
There's
it's
10,000 ratings.
10,000 is a small count though when you're talking a movie rating. So I'm like, is it 10,000 people who went to rate it because they like this fucking movie? So I could either go really high or really low. I'm gonna go with what I think the average person would actually vote, 38.
What was yours, Mike?
32.
It is 46.
Okay, so it's more in the realm of what I thought it should be, at least.
So the next newest one,
For the record, though,
is-
the 54% or the 46 that like voted they liked this movie or whatever, they only are doing that because they want to seem deep and like they understood what it was going for. This movie was not even a 46.
Well, what you said though, if that's what people are going for of why people liked it earlier, you were saying because it made no sense and it was a commentary on the fact that nothing matters in movies. Some people like that.
I know.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Dan liked it.
Yep. Some people like certain things.
He probably gave it a 51. Solid.
All right. So now what about teeth? Teeth for the critic.
Is it separated by male and female critics?
It is not.
Okay.
52%.
The critics, I'm going to go with, I mean, how could they? Yeah, I'm going to go with like 53.
80.
That's so ridiculous. 80. The script is awful.
It's because you see titties in it.
No, again,
the only
it's
titty
because
movie.
It's an actual story of them trying to show this woman growing and all that stuff.
What did you say it was? 83?
80.
80? Okay. What critic is going to get a movie an 8 out of 10 with the fucking dialogue, vagina dentata?
It's a fantastic line.
That's
ridiculous.
The
line that hooks people to come into the theater.
If it was a comedy, sure.
I mean, it has comedy moments.
No, that's ridiculous.
What about the audience score? And this is 25,000 reviews.
I'm going to stick with I think I was going to say the audience would like it more than the critics, so I'm going to stick with 80 then.
57.
45.
See, that's so backwards to me.
Yep. And finally...
Was it all men? Like, we do not like that. No.
No.
Finally, Feast. What do we think the critic score of Feast was?
Oh, gotta be bad. 28.
Right?
51.
Close. 55.
Really? I'm surprised that's...
What about the audience? 10,000 plus reviews.
68.
69.
59.
Yeah,
so this is the closest one where the critic and the audience kind of agree.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
It's a solid 50%.
I am surprised the critics liked
Teeth
so much more than...
Best out of all of them.
I know, but so much more than Feast.
Really?
Yeah.
Again, it's a better story.
I'm also surprised the audience hated Teeth more than they hated Feast.
Yep.
Like
well, again, like, so if you're going for like movie depth, like if that's what the critics are basing like the movie on, then yeah, sure, like Teeth has more of a storyline, but like
smart, original, and horrifically funny.
Horrifically.
What the
Are
fuck
you an
word
idiot?
was that? I was trying to, go with it.
Horrifically.
He definitely thought that was like some twist on a word.
I did. I honestly was thinking I was combining
horrifically.
Teeth puts a fresh feminist spin on the horror movie tropes.
Yeah.
So I know. God
forbid
they say feminist, Mike. I'm sorry.
They're gonna.
Well, no, that's why I asked, because if it was feminist rating it, it would probably be a 95 because it's about a bunch of dudes getting their dicks chopped off. But that's why, like, I don't know.
So expect a reboot 2024.
Yeah.
Is it going to be with men?
Teeth, the new grind.
Teeth, me too. Canceled. I haven't been canceled in a while, guys. Yeah.
Well, you had those moments, 2 like podcasts you weren't here, and that felt like you were canceled, and it was nice.
Yeah.
Canceled yourself.
Yeah, because you didn't show up. Anywho.
I mean.
So, if you had to watch one of these movies again, which one would it be?
Feast.
Would it be Feast?
Yeah.
Like, if I sat you down right now and said, we have to watch one, you'd pick Feast.
I literally just said that.
I'm just saying, like, not like in a year from now or anything like that.
Right now, I'd watch it
right
again,
now.
yeah.
Okay, Corey?
Can you explain the situation?
I'm just saying. Like, because I don't honestly see any of us watching any of these again.
Right now?
Would you watch any of these again if you didn't have to?
Yeah.
You lying piece of shit.
You are lying, because you literally say you don't rewatch movies all the time.
But now you're going to rewatch a terrible movie?
How many times have you seen it?
Which one?
Feast.
Feast? 3 times.
See?
Yeah, but I liked it.
Okay. And I liked that one out of all the 3.
That's fair.
Like, I think the problem is Mike was thinking you were asking, would he rewatch it in a week or a month from now, not right this second.
I fucking hate you.
If you could elaborate more next time so he's sure.
Yeah, like in like 5 years when I forget what the movie's about, I'll watch it again. But like the other ones, I know I'm not watching ever again.
Okay. What about you, Corey? If you had
Because
to
they're
watch
so
one,
Feast.
good.
is it Feast? Yeah.
First off, I don't.
Is it because
ever,
there's a sequel?
I don't ever want to watch Teeth again.
Ever.
And
What if there was a sequel?
the only one that could maybe tempt me for a rewatch other than Feast would be the Rubber, and only because I'm like, maybe it will be more meaningful
The second time around.
Yeah,
Well,
maybe I'll go into it with a new lens or
Well,
something.
to be fair, you actually have to watch the whole thing this time, too.
Yeah, not
no,
just fast forward.
literally nothing I fast forwarded to was anything. It was
Maybe
just
it
the tire
was.
rolling.
Yeah,
No,
how do you
maybe that
know?
was what you're supposed
That's
to be.
true. Maybe
What if the tire
grains of
talked?
sand
Get it? It
had
was
a
gripping?
message in them.
Sex.
No, I did. You know what? I fast forwarded to parts that had no reason to be there. So I feel like, if anything, I
That
was
is
more,
the reason.
I
That's
was
the
more in
movie.
depth with the movie than you were. Because,
He's more woke.
yeah.
Oh, God. All right. So closing out on our version of Riff Tracks.
First
where
off, is it Riff Tracks? I thought it was Riff Racks.
is it Racks?
Now I gotta look
I don't
it
even
up.
know what the fuck you're talking about. I was going to
It's
ask
what
you.
we've all been saying. Casey said it during one of our episodes. Corey said it during one of the
Okay,
episodes
it's Riff Tracks, I guess.
with TRAX,
Yeah.
right? But we're going to call it TRACKS.
Like,
Tracks.
tracks and kills.
for
'Cause of
copyright
rubber.
purposes.
There's
oh,
a
okay.
track.
Well, Riff. Okay.
Rift attacks.
Riff
Treads.
Tracks. All right. So, closing thoughts, Mike, on these 3 movies that we watched, more or less because it was Halloween time.
All right. Rubber.
Mhm.
A little good.
Just a little?
Like, are we talking about like the actual movie or like so bad it's good?
Do you think, well, let's ask that question. Do you think any of these movies are so bad they're good?
Rubber is so bad it's good.
Okay. Do
It's
you
so bad
feel
it's a
either
little
of the
good.
other 2 are so bad they're good?
Feast is so feasty it's good.
Feisty?
And Teeth is so bad I'll never watch it.
I like when you said
Which is
that,
good.
and I think it was maybe subconscious. Your hand also went to your crotch.
Probably.
She's like, teeth, don't like it.
Oh, don't like that. No.
Yeah, I mean, I cross like fucking teeth. I'm like guarding my junk.
Corey, were there any movies that you watched out of these 3 that were so good they were, or so bad they were good?
Feast.
You think Feast was so bad it was good?
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be kind of campy ridiculousness, kind of
I'm
like
saying it
Evil
was
Dead.
actually-
It's the thing that I like about Army of Darkness is it doesn't try to take itself seriously, so it's awesome. Feast, less so awesome, but it's still good. Like, I love the intro thing where it's like,
The intros are really
yeah,
funny.
we wouldn't kill a cripple, would we?
Right,
It's
yeah.
like-
Yeah, that was good.
And then, yeah, I don't know. The first 15 minutes were solid, and then the rest of it at least kept me entertained. I've never seen the sequels, so I actually feel like it was good enough that I would want to see the sequels,
That's what I was thinking.
but with very low expectations.
Oh, yeah.
So next year, for the podcast, Halloween time, we watch Feast 2, The Sloppy Seconds, and Feast 3, The Happy Finish,
And Sam's Lake.
and Sam's Lake.
It's bad.
Maybe we'll pick 6 movies to watch. 2 of them are Feast, 2 of them can be yours, 2 of them can be yours, and I'll just continue my Feast trilogy.
Hatchet is also really bad.
Is that about a hatchet that comes to life like the tire?
No, it's
Oh.
like a hatchet killer from the bayou.
Are we ever going to watch the Winnie the Pooh one?
Oh, yeah.
And then the Grinch?
The Grinch is
The
coming
Grinch
out.
has one coming out because he's now public domain. It's going to
Yep.
be a Grinch murder movie.
I want to see that new the Santa, the one with David Harbour.
Damn it.
Santa's Sleigh? No.
No. Oh, it's a pun like that,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
not. Yeah, but it's Harbar or
David Harbour.
Harbor. Yeah, he's the main character, and it looks funny. I
Yeah,
don't know if it's
yeah.
supposed to be, but it looks funny.
Well, it's just funny because he did the SNL The Grinch.
Yep.
And that was hilarious. And it's almost like he's playing it the exact same way as Santa.
But supposed to be serious rather than
yeah,
comical.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to
feels
make
like
it
a
comical. Yeah.
It literally, when I saw it, I was like, oh, they did another SNL skit. And
Yeah.
then I was like, and I was like, this is actually a movie that's coming out?
Yeah,
Okay.
there were tons of articles I saw that said this is not an SNL sketch.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good.
All right, Mike. So you gave Rubber a kind of good or a little good?
A little good.
Little good.
You should probably post something about our scale of rating.
It's all over the place. So, what about Feast?
The goodest
The goodest
of the three.
of
give
the
it
three, but
two
not the
goods
goodest.
up.
Period.
2 goods up. Yeah.
And then what about Teeth?
Not good.
Not good.
No.
It's the lowest that you can go.
Out of all the movies,
Well, out of those three, yes, I know it's your lowest.
nothing about Teeth is good. Unless you're eating a steak, I guess.
I mean, you could gum that too.
True.
Corey, what about you? Final thoughts on the 3 movies?
Jonathan.
Feast, definitely 2 goods up. Liked it. Would watch again. Teeth, I'll never watch again in my life.
Ever.
I do think it had merit, but it's just not something I'd want to subject myself to. Like, I'd just be guarding my junk the whole time I watched it.
I feel like I did end up doing that a lot.
Yeah,
You've done it during this conversation at least twice.
You just gotta make sure, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
It's funny to me because if you ever watch a video of a guy getting hit in the nuts, I feel like it's almost every guy's reaction to be like, God damn
so
it.
you know what that pain is.
We do.
and then Rubber.
Doesn't use it.
Yeah. I had no use for it.
At least 3 times.
Yeah. No, it was not good.
Yeah. So for me, Rubber was bad. And it was an interesting take that I just didn't
understand
like.
that scale.
What?
Yeah, it's okay. And then Teeth had the best story over everything of what they were trying to accomplish. I just didn't enjoy the movie that much. I enjoyed it being like a crazy off the wall movie, but just I didn't get that much enjoyment out of it. And then Feast, I got the most enjoyment out of, but it probably had one of the weaker stories because everything was just confined to this one place and you meet the characters and most die and just one of them becomes a heroine. That's basically it. Which, if that's what you're looking for, if you're looking for campy, if you're looking for gore, if you're looking for a little bit of murder and some action, that's where you go. So that wraps up this episode. Next week, we are going to be talking about She-Hulk. She-Hulk just ended as of today as we're recording this. So we will talk about the entire series. And then the week after is our 25th episode special, where we're going to be picking 3 TV shows and of TV shows that 2 of us haven't watched out of the 3 and making them watch at least 5 episodes. So we've got She-Hulk next week and then the 25th anniversary special. Not really an anniversary. 25th special. I don't have a name for it.
Special.
Just special?
We're just special.
It's our special 25th special event. And it's special.
Is it? Are we special?
Special sauce.
You might be.
Oh, that's fair.
What was the word earlier?
I don't remember. Horrifically? But I don't know what I was doing.
Horrifically. It's like, what the fuck
I'll
is
have
he
to
going
listen
for?
to it again.
I thought you were trying to do something.
No, I thought
It's
it
just
was trying to
stupid.
do it. I just read the word wrong. I literally thought they were trying to combine
Horrifically.
two.
Horrifically.
I thought they were trying to combine 2 words and make something like funny, and I just ruined it. Go me. All right, we'll see you next week.